Hey guys, another Prepared American here. Today we're going to be talking about suppressors, how to get them, what to get, what you should look into whenever you're thinking about getting one, and kind of your priorities and stuff like that. With no further ado, we'll cut to some B-roll and get going. Alright, so whenever you're getting into suppressors, there's a few things that we want to look for and determine how we're going to decide what we want to do. But the first step is that everyone always has questions: what is the process like? So within the last few months, Form 4s, Form 1s, all of the different forms that you have to apply for to get a suppressor, an SBR, SBS, all that kind of stuff, it's coming back really fast. On average, I'm seeing 3 to 7 days for suppressors and anywhere from 1 to 2 days for SBR. So it is a good time in terms of waiting, because you don't have to wait long. Again, I don't want to give the federal government any more than I have to, but it is cool having this kind of stuff. So it can definitely be helpful to you and what you want to do. So with that being said, the process looks something like this. I'm going to give you the rundown of how it works in our shop, and where else you go, it might differ a little bit, but in general, it'll be around the same. So you come in, you're like, hey, I want a SilencerCo Sparrow 22 suppressor. I said, awesome, we have one, it's right here. I take your money for the suppressor. We automatically put on the tax stamp just because that's the way our system works. So you pay for the suppressor and tax stamp at the same time. And then we take you over to our computer. If you've never done a suppressor or anything like it before, we'll help you make an eForms account. And then from there, we get all of your information in the system. We roll your fingerprints, because you can do digital fingerprints. So we have that there. We take your passport style photo, and we submit your Form 4 application for a suppressor. And then we wait. I think the shop record is like 19 hours to get one back. We're still seeing some people, because of the federal government, sometimes they're just slow about doing things, or you might have some like weird extenuating circumstance. I think I used that word right. Some weird thing going on with you or your past where they take a little bit more to look into it, but in general, 3 to 7 business days is what I've been seeing people come back at. So now that we're done with the process, we'll go into the process to determine how we got to the Sparrow 22.
Here, we're gonna only be able to ride down here.
So the first question that we're going to ask ourselves is, what do you need? Do you need a suppressor for hunting? Do you want one for LARPing on flat range? Do you need one for the end of the world? It's totally up to you. You know, I ask everyone that question, you know, what do you want it for? Because I'm a very purpose-minded dude. So I like to know what I'm getting is for a certain thing, or if it's not, if it's like a general purpose thing, that also helps us decide what we're going to go with. And it will kind of like steer us towards a direction on price as well. So the next thing we'll be looking at going off of the price is your budget. Are you looking for under $500, which is one of these guys, or a stainless can, or a couple other brands? I'll list them here-ish. Of ones that I've seen come into the shop that I've heard good things come back from our customers for, not necessarily that I've used, but most of our customers shoot their stuff a good bit, and I trust their opinions. Or are you looking more of like 500 to 1,000? Because that's going to open up our doors into things that are made with titanium, things that are 3D printed, stuff like that. That's going to be a little bit higher quality in the sense that it may have better longevity, it may be made of different components, stuff like that. And that's whenever we'll be starting to get into things that are really good at flash mitigation, your signature reduction, and have a nice tone, because decibels don't matter. I'm going to link to Pew Science, because they do super in-depth scientific stuff when it comes to all things firearms. But they do that for the end user. Realistically, I do not have well-calibrated ears. In fact, they're pretty bad. So for me to notice a 2 decibel difference it doesn't matter. I can't tell. But what I can tell is if a can rings or if it has like a really nice low tone to it or something like that. That's stuff we look for. And then 1,000 plus is you're bougie, you want a bougie can, or you want a very specific task-driven can, like a Rugged Alaskan. Alaskan titanium, super nice can, costs like $1,400, but it's extremely lightweight. It's super robust. It is what I see a lot of dudes running on like big bore hunting rifles and stuff like that. So I'll cut around the thinking, or I'll put a loading screen in. Who knows? All right. Now that we're past the budget, or we know what our budget is, we know what we need it for. Now we'll be putting those things together to work towards recommendations and stuff like that based on what your local shop has in stock or what you see online. Typically, if you buy online and you ship it into a store, you'll have to pay a suppressor transfer fee, which sucks, but it's because the shop also has to do the paperwork and it costs them money to do that. So that's kind of where that comes from. So don't bust their balls if they tell you there's if it's $125, $150 or something like that. They can't lose that much money every single time someone transfers a suppressor, or they go out of business, probably. All of this to say, what do I have, what do I know about suppressors, and what is my experience with them? I've had this suppressor, I don't even know if you can see it with my water bottle in the way. I've had this suppressor for like 4 years now. Surefire SOCOM 300 SPS. I ran it on all of my guns for the longest time. I mean, all my rifles. Still, it bounces around because it's quick connect. So you can just, and I think my water bottle is blocking, so you can't see it. You can just take it off real quick. Pop it back on. And she's good. Hopefully that water bottle blocked it. That'd be cool. But yeah, so that thing, it cost $1,000, and this was again 4 years ago, so prices might have changed. I know they came out with the RC3, so maybe better, I don't know, we'll see. But I've had that for a while. I've used it a lot. I've shot a lot of rounds through it with 6.5 Creedmoor, 308, 5.56, 300 Blackout, and it has done a phenomenal job. I haven't had to clean it. I weighed it when I first got it, so that way I can know whenever it gets a certain amount of lead in it is whenever I'll blast it with some cleaner and then shoot it all out and see what happens. But they're rated for like 80,000 rounds. I am nowhere close to that. Most people won't be. So that is my number one pick for rifles.
Hey! Hey! Low! Right! Hit! Low! Hit!
This guy here is the Banish 45 cal suppressor. It is modular, so it comes apart here. You put that end cap on there to make it shorter. Super lightweight. It is a titanium can made with, I think, stainless end cap here, just because of the threads. Super lightweight, very, very nice sounding, super quiet. I've shot 9mm through it.
Magic trick. Ta-da!
I've shot 45 and 22 because I was using it as my 22 can for a while on this guy. And then I finally got this little dude. He is not lightweight, but he is very cheap. It comes in at around like, I don't know, like $250, $300 or something like that, which sucks paying $200 tax stamp. Sounds like 80 to 100% tax is unreasonable, but who am I? But that thing's awesome. I've shot probably close to like 600 rounds through it with the pistol so far. It sounds great. It does well. It gets kind of warm, but again, it's because it's stainless. It's not made of titanium like this thing. You can mag dump with the 22 and it doesn't care. Same with 9mm. It cools off super fast. So again, whenever you buy a more expensive can, you are typically getting it made with better materials, just different, because titanium cools down faster. It's easier to put away. This guy, I just throw it down in the grass, let it sit for a little bit, and I'll be all right. So, all that being said, hopefully I was able to help you a little bit in your suppressor journey, or at least get you started, answer some questions. As always, links are in the description for any of this stuff, because I think YouTube would have a crap attack. But links for social medias and stuff like that is down there. If you guys have any questions or any comments or what your favorite can is, feel free to let me know in the comments. You guys normally do, there's normally some pretty good stuff in there, so definitely check it out. As always, stay hydrated, stay strapped, stay blessed, guys. Thank you.